What's going on YouTube? Thanks for stopping by on this video today. And if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about some options for a poor student, such as myself, that you can get for yourself for this upcoming school year. Fall's just around the corner. Let's get into some things that you can get yourself to kind of spice up your workstation at home a little bit. And then the included puppy, as always. Alright, now let's get started with item number one. Item number one is this cool diffuser for essential oils. Now, people may underestimate why you should have an essential oil diffuser. Oh, that smells like some good lavender. The reason why I suggest one of these is because, well, doing homework is stressful, right? So a good thing you can do to relieve some of that stress is have an essential oil diffuser, because then you start smelling some like relaxing smells. And if you're like me, you like to play with the little smoke that's going on right here. And the essential oil diffuser is a great way to set the mood for doing your homework, or even at home work if you're somebody that works from home, like remotely. And if you do, kudos to you, you're awesome. But this is a great way to kind of set the mood at home when you're doing homework, doing work, and things kind of get a little stressful. I'm telling you, having one of these will make you relaxed and help you feel a little better throughout all that stress. Now I'm telling you, I'd probably be a lot more frustrated with my homework if I weren't for having one of these. I personally have a lavender scent going through mine. Yes, put in all your jokes on me being an old person, I love lavender. But the lavender in here, it definitely helps me calm down and relax, especially doing tough coding problems. Because if you didn't know, I'm a programming student right now. Almost done, thank goodness. But until I'm done, things are getting harder and harder, and this has become a lifesaver for me. Well, I wouldn't say lifesaver, but it's definitely been a stress helper for me. Now, another great feature about this is, if you didn't know how these work, actually turn the light off, you can actually adjust the brightness on these. But another great feature of this is that when you put water in here and put the essential oil in, there's a sensor in here that will automatically turn this diffuser off once the water levels are pretty much gone. You can also adjust it to how strong you want this scent to come out. With this button right here, it gets a little lower. This is the lowest setting. I don't know if you can tell from the smoke. So now it's off. We'll go to the highest setting. See all that? Then the lowest set, or not lowest, but medium setting. So it's a little lower. And then the lowest setting, which is even less. So it's pretty cool that you can adjust how much of the scent you want to come out. You can also adjust the brightness of it. I usually have it on the brightest setting because I like this color. I'm colorblind, but I like this color. And this can also double as a nice little night light for yourself, or something to help you sleep at night if you like to have relaxing smells when you go to sleep. So this doubles not only as my desk diffuser, but also as my nightstand diffuser when I'm going to bed. And I'll have a link down below to some similar diffusers to this one. I couldn't find this one exactly on Amazon, but I have found some ones that are like it. In some cases, maybe even a little better, that you can check out in the links down below. Speaking of lighting, I know, smooth transition, right? But speaking of lighting, I'm going to draw your attention to this lamp that I got from IKEA, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got this from IKEA. And I'm going to turn it on real quick so I can show you its brightness. I'm probably going to blind myself right now. Yep, that's pretty bright. Oh, that actually creates some pretty good lighting for my face. Hold on. Let me see if I can take a picture of myself real quick. Alright, so if you wanted to see that picture, hopefully it's any good. It'll be on Instagram probably sometime soon. But regardless of all that, I'm gonna turn this light off because it's blinding me. This is an awesome desk lamp to have, especially if you're working late into the night. You don't want to have your overhead light on. You can just have on this handy dandy desk light to illuminate your work. And there's not really much else to say about this. It gets pretty bright. It only takes one bulb, and there's a little switch on it so you can turn it on and off. This is a very nice lamp. I really enjoy it. I like this design. I picked this out for myself. Like I said, I got this at IKEA, so It's not on Amazon, but I will have a link down below to similar lamps to this. Actually, there are some better ones on Amazon that I found that actually have USB hookups to them, so you can charge your phone or your iPad or whatever by USB. So I actually think I might get myself one of those at some point. I don't know when. But anyways, like I said, there will be links down below if you want to check out those lamps. They're similar to this, but better because they have USB ports on them. Now for the next item that you should have on your desk is something that will probably brighten your mood up a little bit, along with your nice diffuser, is a little bit of life. And if you ask anybody that knows me, they'll tell you that me planting or keeping a plant alive doesn't work, doesn't mix well together. Everything I try to grow dies, but this one plant that I found. Let me introduce you to Yukimura. Yes, I named my bamboo plant Yukimura. Don't judge me. Anyways, I've learned from research that bamboo plants are actually pretty hard to kill. I actually don't know if mine is even still alive. I don't think it's grown any since I've had it. There's some spider webs on it, or cobwebs, I don't know. But regardless of all of that, these are really hard to kill. You just water them every now and then. They don't need a whole lot of light to grow, if this one even grows. Like I said, I don't know if it's still alive. If it's dead, then it looks pretty good for being dead. Regardless of all that, these are really nice to have. Like I said, it's just a nice little piece of life at your desk. You know, something that's there with you and really hard to kill and doesn't require a whole lot of sunlight to be alive. I found this one at Fred Meyer's, so it's not on Amazon, but I did find similar ones on Amazon in the link down below. These are just really cool to have. Like I said, it's nice to have a plant that you can't really kill. Well, you can kill it, but it's really hard to kill. I like you, Yukimura. You're cool. You're a tough one. All right, for the next thing that you saw on my desk, for those students that like to listen to music or have some kind of atmosphere, or what they call the ASMR stuff going on while they're doing their work to help them concentrate on things, let me introduce you to the JBL Pulse. Now, usually phone speakers aren't that great, laptop speakers aren't that great, but I can't really say because all my stuff is old at this point. I really need to replace my stuff. But as it stands, having a portable speaker that you can take with you all around the place is really nice to have. Not only can you listen to music at your desk, you can listen to music like at the park, or for other people such as myself that like to sing in the shower or listen to music in the shower, this is a great companion to have while you're in the shower.
There's another side that you don't know, you don't know. I can't wait to get you all alone.
You can also listen to things like podcasts on it, which is something else that I like to do to catch up on tech news around the world and what's going on around the world. It's just nice to have some kind of background noise to help me focus on my schoolwork, because I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I'm trying to focus on schoolwork, doing it in complete silence does not help. I try to find any little thing that I can to distract me or to create some kind of life around me. So having one of these speakers is great. Unfortunately, since this is like the first generation of JBL Pulse, you won't be able to find it on Amazon like many of the other things that's been in this video. Can't find it on Amazon, but I do have a link down below for the JBL Pulse 3 that's available. That's way better. I'm sure it sounds better, and I'm pretty sure it has water resistance in it, so don't have to worry about getting it wet. But this is a beautiful thing to have. I love this thing. One of the great features of these things is you can see the lights going on. You can also change, if I press the right button, the way that the lights move or react. So the lights will change depending on whatever kind of pattern you have going on. So yeah, I really like this thing. This is a beautiful speaker that I'm really glad I got. I need to upgrade to the newest one because it's nicer. But like I said, link it in the description down below if you want to get the newest one. I don't think it's too expensive, especially what you get for the newest version of this. So with that being said, when I listen to music, I typically like to play my music from my phone. Now, when I'm playing music from my phone, I typically like to have it on charger so that it stays charged. Who would have thunk it? But I also like to have my phone at an angle so I can look at it whenever I get a text message, or if I'm watching a video, if I want to see something real quick. I like to have it so it's already at an angle facing me instead of me having to pick it up and angle it towards myself. And so to get all of that, I had to get this Anker wireless charging dock. I like to have this because when I put my phone on it, it angles it up towards me so I can see what I'm looking at. And it works through this case, which is nice. I don't know about all phones, but this is my iPhone 8 Plus. It works through my Smash Bros case and charges my phone while keeping it at a nice angle towards me. I have a link to that dock down below in the description. I found this exact one on Amazon, so for one of my items, you can find this one directly on Amazon. Now, if you're wondering about the MacBook and you're wondering why it's on a desk for a poor student, this is why. This MacBook Pro that you saw, it's a MacBook Pro 15-inch Retina display with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigabytes of SSD storage. Now that sounds expensive, except this is a 2013 model, which you can find on Amazon. And now, I've had this MacBook since 2013, I believe. Unfortunately, now it's just getting to the time where I need to replace the battery, but it's lasted a long time before I needed to replace the battery on this thing. Also, it has a dedicated NVIDIA graphics card. It's an NVIDIA GT GeForce 750M with 2 gigabytes of VRAM on it, which at today's standards, it's not that great. But poor student like myself and possibly yourself, this is actually still a lot of power even for today's standards. Now, I edit my videos sometimes on 4K, usually in 1080p, but even when I edit videos in 4K on this thing, it still handles it like a champ. Now, rendering the videos isn't as fast as modern day MacBooks, of course, but it's still really good. I still play some games on it. I write my papers. I do my programming homework on it. Great thing if you're a programming student, you don't need a whole lot of power to code. You actually need very little. I've seen people get away with coding on a MacBook Air. But regardless of all that, this MacBook Pro actually goes for less than $1,500 right now for 2013 on Amazon, which will be in the links down below. I'll have several links. I don't know what the prices are right now at this point, but last I checked, it was under $1,500 for a MacBook Pro Retina display, 500 gigabytes of SSD memory with a dedicated graphics card, and it's quad core with 16 gigs of RAM. I don't remember if I said that or not. Which 16 gigs of RAM is actually a lot. Even today, there are some laptops that still sell for like 4 gigabytes of RAM. So 16 gigs of RAM and all the previous listed specs for $1,500 is a steal. And I'm telling you, this thing is great. It's still lasting me right now. It's the best laptop I've ever owned. Alright, I'm like selling you on this thing. I don't know why, but I'm telling you, for the price, it's an amazing laptop. And if you need Windows for things, the MacBook Pro can dual boot Windows onto it. So that's where I get some of the other part of my programming done, is on the Windows side of things. Now for the last items on the list, if you were kind of wondering about Bob Ross, sorry, he's not on Amazon, but he is pretty cool. Listen to him. See if I can get this to focus.
Let's get crazy. What the heck? Like a 2-inch brush. This is your brain test.
It's pretty cool. I don't know if you heard that or not. Unfortunately, like I say, he's not on Amazon, but he's pretty cool to have. But if you saw the trading cards that I had on the desk, those are for aesthetics as well, because I can't really fit any art anywhere in this room on the walls, and I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. So, in order to get some kind of cool game art, I have these trading cards that I have on the desk with me. I usually keep them in my drawer of my desk, but otherwise, I like to have them out here with me when I'm doing my work, because it's nice to have some cool gaming nerdy stuff to have while I'm working. And I'll have a link to the Final Fantasy trading card game down below. If you play the game, tell me how it is, because I haven't found anybody to play the game with. If you like the game, tell me down below. Maybe I can use that comment to help convince other people to play the game with me. Also, if you were curious about the iPad, it's an iPad Pro. I can have the links to that down below. I'm sure you know all about iPads. I mostly use my iPad for video consumption, whether I'm watching TV shows, movies, or class recordings on it to catch up on work or review what we did in class. I usually use my iPad for stuff like that. Like I said, I have a link down below for that. Also, one last thing I almost forgot, and it's probably one of the most crucial parts of all this, and that is the circuit breaker down below that's connecting everything. So please excuse the messy wiring that I have going on down there, but that is essential for everything. It has a long cord on it, so it can reach pretty far. So if your desk isn't exactly close to an outlet, it should be able to reach you regardless. So there's that. I'll have the link to that down below as well. And if you enjoy this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and tell me if you liked any of these items on here and tell me why you like them, and if you are planning on getting them, or if you have any more questions on these items, ask me down below and I'll be happy to answer them whenever I can. So guess I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.